Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike with smartoptiontraining.com. It's Friday, the 30th of January. This is our weekly recap. I hope you guys had a great week. You want to join us in our trading room, we'd love to have you. Come on over to smartoptiontrading.com, click on live trading alerts. You can sign up for there. Link in the description below. Please like and subscribe to our videos. So let's talk about this week and let's talk about what's going on here. And it's been another messy week. Talked about this at length. So again, every time the market for the last 3 months puts a new high and it sells off, we've been seeing this consistently happening in this market, and we did it again this week. We put the a new all-time high in here very briefly on Tuesday. Wednesday we did as well, but sold right off. And then here's your follow through Thursday and Friday. With about 25 minutes to go, the SPY is still holding above the 21 day, and it's just underneath the 8 day, and two wide range candles the last couple of days. And volume has definitely picked up here, where yesterday we did 100 million shares. But we're still holding in, and we haven't gotten very deep, very big dips. We are still making a series of higher lows here as well. This number right here, this 681.82, represents the January barometer. My buddy Jeff Hirsch there always talks about three barometers, three indicators that tells you how the year's going to go. One's the Santa Claus rally, which did not come. Santa didn't come. Second was the first 5 trading days of January, which were positive. And third is as the month of January goes, so goes the markets. And right now, as long as we close above 681.82, we're all good. So we'll get two of the three, and that usually means a good year in the market. That said, the markets here are sitting here stressing about a lot of different things for some reasons and some not good reasons. It's stressing about the government shutdown a little bit, which was nothing last time, and I think if it's going to shut down for a day or two because the House has to come, but it's going to get resolved. It sounds like neither side really wants to shut the government down. We have a new Fed chair. Um, Warsh was today announced by Trump as Fed chair. He has to get approved by the Senate. What else we have going on there? We had a little bit of a hot PPI number today, but the market didn't react that much. We have still Venezuela going on, and it looks like we're about ready to attack Iran. So the market's kind of taking all this in strides while we have earnings going on. The Qs, by the way, for what it's worth, did hit an all-time high this week, barely went right up there and got just above it before coming back down. I'm sorry, just missed it. 637.01, just missed it. But overall, was looking better. The SMH has new all-time highs. Big move up on here, but things are not looking so rosy right now. When you look around there and you say, what's going on? Well, SanDisk had a report for the ages. I mean, it's just nothing not to like. Look at this. It went red. Western Digital, STX, all coming in. Traded Intel a bunch this week. Just closed my last couple calls I had left on it for a loss on those, but overall winning trades on it. And, sitting at that gap, couldn't get in. NVIDIA tried to break and is trying to break above this 190 area, but struggling to hold it. AMD getting punished back down to the 21 day today ahead of earnings next week. The rest of the sector remains mostly out of play, even though we saw another good report from LRCX this week. The VIX, for what it's worth, while it's up, it hasn't taken out yesterday's candles and it's not outside the Bollinger Bands. Want to touch on this quickly. Bonds are going Bitcoin remains weak. Warsh is not a fan of crypto, so that may not be good for Bitcoin. And then we have what's going on in gold and silver, and we've had this meteoric rise. And today, boy, the air came out, and look at this move down in gold and silver. That's some people who are long are in a lot of pain on that one. We saw everybody exiting on this one. You saw a big move down. So we'll see how this plays out. So far, it's not really falling into the markets. Crude up a lot this week as people are worried if we attack Iran, will the straits get closed? That means a lot of the world's oil supply comes through there, whether it's from not even just Iran, but Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, right? A bunch of other countries. So that could be problematic. We'll see how that plays out. The energy, nice move up, new all-time highs earlier this week. ExxonMobil, new all-time high yesterday, up here on earnings, holding in. Chevron also up, not a new all-time high, but very strong. Let's work our way around. Crypto remains weak. Coin looking absolutely horrible here, and it's not quite, I believe, to a 52-week low, but it's getting closer and closer. Hood has dropped below 100 and is in danger of triggering this massive head and shoulders pattern. This needs to be watched. They have earnings next week. What else we have going on out there? Software names. ServiceNow reported this week. Ugly got beaten up and is dragging every name with it. CRM's down off of that. Adobe, Oracle, Snow, right? All the whole sector, even crowds, cybersecurity names coming in with this. These names continue to be extremely weak on concerns here that AI is going to take all the software jobs and you're not going to need these companies anymore. APP down huge. Yep. Ugly candle today. Carvana accused of fraud this week got beaten up fairly good as well. That said, it's not all bad. Cat, good report, new all-time highs. Boeing was an okay report. It had run a lot into it. It's holding in okay. GM had a fabulous report. Nice little move there. You can get the idea. It's not all bad out there. It really isn't. Coke hitting a new all-time high. CL also today. So you're seeing a lot of big moves out there outside of tech. Speaking of big cap tech, we had a bunch of earnings this week. We'll start off with Apple, who reported last night. Listen, Apple was a great report. And, what I mean by that, they beat big. It was a good report all around. They got it up 16% for next quarter, despite everybody concerns over how much they're paying for memory and everything. They wouldn't have done that if they didn't think they had it under control. Why is Apple not flying off a report like that? Because Tim Cook did not want to discuss AI, refused to pretty much. Um, they were asked, he admitted that they had put a deal with Google, but refused to give details and specifications on it. That said, Apple held in well, and I would keep this on my radar, especially if the market's strong. Meta had a beautiful report. I am actually started a new position in that this week, a long stock on it, and I think this one can work its way back to all-time highs ahead of next earnings as long as the market holds. If not, I'll be looking to add more down around the 200-day if we fill that gap. Tesla, talked about this at length. We'll keep it simple here. It was a typical Tesla report. If the takeaways from this are that they're discontinuing the Model X and S because they want to turn those factories in Fremont into the Optimus factory. That's going to take at least a year before that gets up and running. So don't be surprised if Tesla's numbers take a hit over the next couple quarters when that goes on. There was also been a report out there that Elon Musk was looking to merge SpaceX and xAI ahead of the IPO for SpaceX. That's believable. And he said he'd like to merge them all and also with Tesla. Not believable. The reason I say that is Tesla has a $1.6 billion valuation. Currently, the valuation on SpaceX is 850 billion, and they're going to want to make their money on top of that, less people. So you're going to have to put out 1.2 billion dollars to bring them in. I I just don't see that as an easy one there to pull off, but we'll see how that plays. I'm sorry, 850 has an 850 billion valuation, so you get the idea there. What else? Microsoft was an ugly report. There's nothing to like in this. It was just a very bad report. The worst part of it for me was when they admitted that OpenAI accounts for 45% of their um, currently booked revenue, future revenue coming for Azure. That's not good when one customer is that big. What else, guys? That's kind of weak it was. I mean, it was a lot going on. There are things to do. We traded aggressively, but right now I'm getting in and out. I'm not looking to sit in things. So we traded Nvidia, Apple this week multiple times, had a huge win on Apple after hours. We traded ExxonMobil, CoreWeave, Meta, Apple, Intel, Hood. So a little bit of everything, even STX. So with that said, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll probably do some charts tomorrow, and then we'll get ready for the week ahead. Hope you want to join us. We'll see you bright and early on Monday morning in the room.